This is not your average factory tour. We are at Ultraviolette's facility in Bangalore, and we'll not only be showing you around, but we'll also be sharing our first-hand experiences at assembling the X-47 crossover. Come assemble an electric motorcycle with us. Before we take you to the assembly line, let me tell you a bit about where we are at. This is Ultraviolette's assembly plant at the Jigani industrial area in Bangalore. It is a 25,000 square feet facility where the EV manufacturer currently assembles the X-77 and the X-47 and has an annual capacity of about 30,000 units. This facility houses the battery assembly line, vehicle assembly sublines, radar calibration station, and vehicle testing, quality, and inspection stations. It all starts at the battery line, where battery assembly takes place in a clean room. Here, the team puts together the battery cells that it outsources and arranges them in the proprietary battery packs. Ultraviolet prides itself on having developed the best in the industry battery technology with state-of-the-art thermal management, utilizing both base and top cooling instead of surface cooling, which ensures more effective and quicker heat dissipation. Moreover, since the cells are isolated and every cell has a separate fuse, the pack is not affected by one single cell going bad. Once put together, the battery pack is rapidly charged and discharged to test its functionality. The QC-checked battery packs are then brought out to the subassembly line. The subassembly line starts at station 3, where the battery and the motor are combined and then mated to the bike's frame and the rear wheel. The battery pack and motor mount also act as stress members of the chassis. This is where the core of the X-47 crossover comes into shape. Moving ahead, we get to the UTC, or upper triple clamp assembly, where the front wheel and the front suspension are attached to the frame. Before getting the wheels to the bike, they are balanced at station 1 and weights are added as and where required. The brake pedal assembly takes place right next to the wheel balancing station at stage 2. Coming back to station 4, an upper triple clamp is then fitted onto the front forks to hold the components in place. Subsequently, the handlebar is added and precisely positioned in place with the help of markers. All the screws, nuts, and bolts are first tightened with electric wrenches and then with mechanical torque wrenches to be extra sure. The bike is then lifted with the help of a hoist and brought to the main vehicle line, which begins at station 5. Here, the ADAS radar is fitted onto the rear of the motorcycle. X-47 happens to be the first motorcycle in India to come with ADAS functionalities such as rear collision warning, lane change assist, and blind spot detection. We'll take you to the radar calibration station later in this video. Next comes the onboard charger that goes under the seat. The 1.6 kilowatt charger eliminates the need to carry a separate charger brick and acts as an AC-DC conversion module, weighing at just about 2.5 kilograms. You can use a standard 16 ampere socket to plug in the bike and charge it on the go. Every station takes about 4 to 8 minutes to get done with. Next, the cables that come from the motor are connected to the motor control unit at station 8. The in-house developed MCU is capable of delivering up to 1000 amperes of peak current, and it is the MCU that is responsible for governing the torque delivery and power modulation functions. The 3-in-1 VCU is then attached to the bike, which comprises the vehicle control module that includes switch controls, vehicle connectivity, and the IMU, the application module that controls infotainment functions like speedometer, navigation, diagnostics, and more, and the telematics unit that also manages over-the-air updates, all of which are integrated into a compact vehicle control unit. The onboard charger that we put at station 6 is connected to the top of the tank, where you would normally associate the fuel lid to be. The panel houses the ports for both the onboard charger and the DC fast charger. Now, the display panel is put into the motorcycle, and all the functions are checked to be working as desired. The VIN number showed on the display is matched with the one embossed on the bike. This completes the assembly of the mechanical and electronic parts of the X-47 crossover. At station 11, the panels are checked for correct placement of decals and are then fixed one by one. It starts with the tank panels and then the side ones come on. The final panels come with internal clips that replace conventional screws, ensuring clean and smooth surfaces. Once all the panels are put in place, a preliminary T1 inspection is done to check for any fitment issues and electrical integrity. Quality checks are also carried out at initial stages for every component, as detecting issues as early as possible helps minimize losses and they become more and more expensive to fix further down the line. as cited by Neeraj Rajmohan, CTO at Ultraviolette Automotive. Once the bike passes the T1 inspection, it is rolled over to the vehicle testing station for dyno testing. Here, the tester validates throttle response, braking, and electronics through all of the ride modes. The dyno testing and battery assembly were the only stages that we were made to watch while we got to do the rest of the assembly ourselves. After the bike passes the dyno test, it's time for the radar to be calibrated. This was perhaps one of the most fascinating stages of the assembly. The bike is rolled over to the calibration station and fastened into place. Then, the calibration tool is plugged into the radar and an anechoic chamber is placed at a certain distance from the radar, which was 1 meter when we were calibrating the bike. The radar is then made to understand the vehicle, its length, width, and its ground height. It is then told to shoot a wave at the reflective metal plate inside the chamber. The plane shoots a wave back and the radar understands that this distance is equal to 1 meter, which it subsequently uses as a reference in the real world. The whole process from plugging in the calibration tool is said to take a maximum of 3 seconds, and voila! The X-47 is ready for a final inspection, which takes place at Station 15. Station 15 is a brightly lit chamber with an array of tube lights that light up the motorcycle so as to make any marks or irregularities visible. All mechanical, electrical, and cosmetic checks are done here for a final time, and if the bike passes all of them, it is rolled off the assembly line, ready to make its way to the warehouse until it is spoken for. For a relatively young manufacturer, Ultraviolette has built an impressive facility with well-defined processes, workflows, and solid quality checks. Kudos to the Ultraviolette team for arranging such an engaging experience for us and guiding us through every part of the manufacturing process. Thank you for tagging along, and you're welcome if you're riding a bike that I helped make. And it's not Ultraviolette that you have to blame if there's a loose screw on your bike here or there. See you later.